So in this video, we're going to talk about how to actually find the center, the vertices, the foci, and the asymptotes of a hyperbola. So just like I've done on some of these other videos, I want to refer you to the conic sheet that I put up on Canvas under the handouts section, because that's where I'm going to pull all the formulas I'm going to use. So for example, find the center, vertices, foci, and asymptotes of a y minus 6 quantity squared divided by 25 minus x minus 1 quantity squared divided by 9 equals 1. So if we match this up with the sheet that I have on Canvas, we'll notice that the y part is first. So in my sheet, I say, okay, y minus k squared over a squared minus x minus h squared over b squared equals 1. And then I tell you that the vertices are h comma k plus a and h comma k minus a. The foci are h comma k plus c and h comma k minus c, and the asymptotes are y minus k equals plus or minus a over b times x minus h. Or most of the time we solve for y, so it's going to be plus or minus a over b times x minus h plus k. And the center is just like it's been in all these problems, h comma k, and then also c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Okay, so we need to kind of match things up and figure out what things are here. So in our problem, a is always going to be the number under the square root of the number under the first piece. So our a is going to be 5, because 5 squared is 25. Our b is going to be 3. Our h comes from the x part, so it's a 1. And our k comes from the y part, so it's a 6. And then our c squared is going to be a squared, so 5 squared, plus b squared, 3 squared. So c squared is going to be 25 squared plus, no, oops, not 25 squared. 25 plus 9. So c squared is going to be 36. And again, c is a distance, so c is just going to be 6. So our center is going to be h comma k, so 1 comma 6. Our vertices are going to be h, so 1 comma k plus a, so 6 plus 5, and 1 comma 6 minus 5. So they're going to be 1 comma 11 and 1 comma 1. Our asymptotes, foci before asymptotes. Our foci are going to be h, so 1 comma k plus c, so 6 plus 6, and 1 comma 6. Oh, I didn't do that right, did I? Before we start using this here, let me be careful. 25 and 9 is not 36. 25 and 9 is 34. So c is going to be the square root of 34. So it's going to be 6 plus the square root of 34 and 1 comma 6 minus the square root of 34. And there's nothing else we can do to simplify those, so those are what the answers are. We're just going to leave them that way. And then the asymptotes are going to be y equals plus or minus, so a over b, so 5 over 3 times x minus h, so x minus 1, plus k, so plus 6. And so basically what that means is we have two problems here. One is y equals 5/3 times x minus 1 plus 6, and y equals 5/3 times x, minus 5/3 times x minus 1 plus 6. And Alex should take that as an answer. It might make you simplify this, but it should take those as an answer. So let's try one more. So B, x minus 6 squared over 25 minus y minus 8 squared over 49 equals 1. So this is where the x is first. So if you match it up with my sheet, it's telling you x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Again, the center is still going to be h comma k. The vertices are going to be h plus a comma k and h minus a comma k. The foci are going to be h plus c comma k and h minus c comma k. And then the asymptotes are going to be y minus k equals plus or minus b over a times x minus h, or y is equal to plus or minus b over a times x minus h plus k. So if we identify stuff from our problem, h is equal to 6, k is equal to 8, a is again square root under the first piece, so square root of 25, which is 5. B is going to be the square root of 49, which is 9. C squared is going to be a squared plus b squared, so c squared is going to be 5 squared plus 9 squared. So c squared is going to be 25 plus 49. So c squared is going to be equal to 74. And so c is just going to be the square root of 74. It's not a nice number. That's okay. So now our center is going to be a h comma k, so 6 comma 8. Our vertices will be h plus a, so 6 plus 5 comma 8 and 6 minus 5 comma 8. So they're going to be 11 comma 8 and 1 comma 8. Our foci is going to be h plus c, so 6 plus square root of 74 comma k, 8, and 6 minus the square root of 74 comma 8. And again, we're just going to leave it that way. And then our asymptote equations is going to be y is equal to b over a. So 9/5 times x minus 6 plus 8. And it's plus or minus. So again, we have two solutions. One is y equals 9/5 x minus 6 plus 8, and the other is y equals negative 9/5 x minus 6 plus 8. So it's really just plug and chug once you look stuff up on that sheet.